Xin Chao. What's up, everybody? All right, it's a beautiful Monday. We're over here by Winway. We are going to do a video today. This word is thrown around so much for Thailand, for Vietnam, third world country, third world country, third world country. Are we really in a third world country? Is it like crazy like you would, like most people, if you haven't traveled a lot and someone tells you third world country, you're thinking probably Africa, dirt roads, no running water, areas in like Philippines, stuff like this. I'll tell you, in Vietnam, you don't see much third world country. If you were to ask me, would I think that this is like a third world country in Saigon where I live? No, absolutely not. And I think it's a stupid term that people throw around. I think it's easy to just say that because that's what it officially says on the internet. Technically, if you look at it, it was second world. Now it's third world because it switched hands from wars, yada, yada, yada. That's what that stuff really boils down to. It's not really the condition of the country. I bet you didn't know that. I didn't really know that until I researched it today. Hold on. I don't like it when people walk right behind me. It's annoying. Pass, but don't go the same speed. It drives me nuts. It's like a pet peeve I have. After the fall of the Soviet Union in the early 90s, the terminology of three worlds has changed somewhat. Today, the term third world is used to describe a country that has not developed as much as other countries and faces economic, social, political, environmental, and other issues. Many poorer nations adopted this term to describe themselves. Is Vietnam a third world country? This has led some confusion as how the term was originally used. For example, there were several European countries that were not aligned with NATO or the communist bloc that are quite prosperous today. Going by the historical definition, nations including Finland, Sweden, Ireland, and Switzerland were third world countries. Based on the definition that is used today, these would not be considered third world countries. Instead, with many now interpret third world to mean encompasses economically poor and non-industrialized country, as well as newly industrialized countries. What are third world countries? During the Cold War, the United States, Canada, South Korea, Japan, Western European nation allies were categorized as first world countries. Second world countries include China, Cuba, Soviet Union, and the allies. Third world typically include colonial Asia, Africa, Latin America, Oceania. So yeah, I mean, it's not third world, my guys. I'm sorry to tell you, if you want it to be, it's really not. It's actually a really nice place, very modern. Depending on where you live in Saigon and Hanoi and or Da Nang, you can get super modern, just as good as staying in LA or Miami or New York accommodations. If you want nice, you can get nice. If you want to be in an all nice area all the time, you can be in an all nice area all the time, 24/7. See, they're already starting to, like, I just did a video where I talked about like what they have to do to be successful and to be a really good city, is they're starting to clean up this area all the time now. Like, not just Winway, the outer area of Winway too. So slowly this will exit to the outer districts. Like District 1 will be the first one to get really clean. So yeah, third world? Fuck no. I think logistically, like a real third world, like what we would think for real, like on what that would look like, would be more likely like something with like dirt roads, like no plumbing. Oh man, it's starting to rain. A couple of tourist baddies. Let's just go walk on it. Never know when the thumbnail comes. Thank you. Thumbnail gods. Hey, it's not always going to be via chicks. Oh, it is raining pretty heavy. Let me pull out my Zombrella as we watch the thumbnail walk away. So yeah, third world, no. There ain't no dirt roads around here. There ain't shitting in a hole in the ground. There's some old guy hitting on him. I love it. There ain't no outhouses. Yes, there is if you go rural, but you can find that shit rural in America too. If you want to find an outhouse. Go to Montana or Canada, in the middle of butt shit nowhere, you know, you're gonna find that stuff. Might just park it up here and wait and see what this rain does. So, no, I don't think there's third world anything here. I think it's a stupid term that uneducated people throw around on the internet when they like to talk shit about this part of Asia, Southeast Asia, mainly Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam. It's third world though. My Google's told me. I've never even been there, but it's shit. You're gonna die. It's just not the way it is. You know, we had an amazing COVID response. You know, this country does pretty well for what it is. I'm happy to live here. As far as feeling third world country-ish, never. I don't think it shows too many aspects of that. Besides, it is a newer, emerging manufacturing economy. But third world, I'm just still not seeing third world. That term's not getting. We all want to cut in front of the bus. It's not like. It's weird. Like driving here is one of my. I'm gonna do a video about like things I absolutely hate and like shit that pisses me off here. That'll be on Patreon. But I'll talk about stuff like that. Like that guy's in a hurry to park like right here. But I mean, you see that shit in America too. It's like the same shit you see in America. For real, for real. Oh, I'm walking over there. I just got my pants on. He must have been the H&M. I have the shorts on. They're very comfortable, by the way. Usually if I find a pair of really great shorts, I'll go and buy like 3 pairs. Same with like a shirt. And I'll just wear that shit for a while till it wears out. Then rotate it in my next thing. So yeah, I mean, it's sad that the people like to use that as a low term when they're trying to like hit back against anything weird in these areas, you know. I still think Vietnam is better than most of the other competitors in this field as far as the total package. You know, of course, if we're counting visas and stuff, Thailand's going to be your best place to live if you're over 50 for sure. It's going to make it the easiest anyways. But yeah, I mean, third world, you ask me third world, I think of dirt roads, barely running water if they have water, maybe not electricity, maybe that town doesn't have internet. Yeah, you're going to see that here, but not even that much. Like, I got in the middle of nowhere. When we were in Sapa, we went way into the Hmong, like 30, 40 kilometers into the Hmong. And we got like into the nitty gritty, and they're like, their village, it had full internet. They had LCDs, TVs, you know, they still had everything. I'm sure it's possible to find some indigenous people here that are still kind of, you know, not into the modern century of like TVs and power, but I bet it's not as many as you would think here, you know. So I mean, that's one thing. It's not third world. It's not crazy when you come here. It's not like the most eye-shocking crazy shit like all these couple YouTubers are making out on YouTube. You know, I see a new YouTube every day. It recommends me like Bob and Jerry's crazy first, or Bob and Jane's crazy first day in Saigon. Whoa, we almost got hit by a car when they didn't almost get hit. Like, it's not like that. You know, it can be from the outside look a little bit like that, but man, it's really fucking raining. I have to start walking back towards an area that has no rain. Let's go this way. So you let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think it's third world here, or do you agree with me? I don't want to hear a comment if you've never been here that your opinion is null and void, or if you haven't been here in like 20 years, also null and void. Sorry to tell you. If you do want to talk to me directly and or go on a tour with me and hang out and or support the channel in additional ways, we're over on patreon.com/fatandbroke. Over on Patreon, you get a bunch of additional content, you get access to me, and then if you want to go on a tour, you can book a tour, book the private tour, and then pay whatever you want at the end of the tour. You got to pay something though. So that is the video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day, morning or afternoon. See you on the next one. Peace out.